guys, welcome to an Urban Viking Hour review. Today's beer is from Woodfordes Brewery, and this is their Red Cracker Raspberry Infused Ale, which comes in at 7%. Let's see if it says anything on the back. It says, a vibrant ruby ale infused with the subtle sweetness of raspberries. I'm not going to read anymore, because I like to sort of try it myself really, but I like ruby ales. Obviously Hobgoblin, that's a pretty famous one, but this is 7%, so it's probably a bit heftier than the Hobgoblin, and it'd be interesting to see how that raspberry works. So let's give this a go. Woodfordes is another pretty classic sort of UK brewer. I think they've been around for quite a while as well. They've got a couple of beers in the supermarket. I think they've got like I think it's called Nelson or something like that, and a couple of other beers. I've yet to try them. I need to try some of their beers actually. So this is the first one I'm going to be trying. So beer in a glass. God, that light is terrible, isn't it? It's not as red as I thought it was going to be. It's like a sort of amber, like a slightly dark amber colour. Heads dissipating pretty quickly. That could be because they've used raspberry in it, and it tends to, especially with like sour beers and all that sort of stuff, the heads tend to dissipate really quickly. Let's give it a nose. You can smell the raspberry, but it's not very sort of predominant. It's quite muted, quite subtle. Getting almost like a ready salted crisp smell as well. Strange. Yeah, like an unsalted crisp, or potato, I suppose. But not sort of earthy. Almost like it's like a fried crisp. But combined with that very subtle sort of raspberry, it smells alright. Let's give this a go. Cheers. Oh, that's a strange one. It's like a very subtle sour. The initial taste you're getting is like you're getting those sort of earthy sort of English hops, but then you're getting like a very mild sweetness from the raspberry, which sort of almost sort of intertwines with all the English sort of hops, so it sort of stops it from being too, it stops it from being too overly sort of gritty and earthy, which you tend to get. Sorry, excuse me, which you tend to get a lot of in English beers. It's almost like it's sort of married up with that earthiness and giving it a nice sort of subtle flavour. It's almost like a very it is like a very mild sour. Medium to high carbonation. No alcohol whatsoever. I can't taste any alcohol in that. It's 7%. And I could knock that back no problem. So yeah, very dangerous beer. I really, actually, the more I drink it, the more I'm starting to like that raspberry. It's not sweet. It's like slightly tart, which really does complement that earthy sort of earthy English hops. I don't know if it's Fuggles or East Kent they're using, but it marries up really well with the sweetness. Yeah, it's really, this is really refreshing, really drinkable, really dangerous. I could see myself knocking a couple of pints of this back and then, having a bit of a wobble on the way home. But that's going to get an 8 out of 10. That's a really nice beer. It's very well crafted. 8 out of 10 for the Red Cracker from Woodfordes Brewery. Thank you very much, and I'll see you again soon for another Urban Viking Hour review. Cheers.